Now call the meeting of Clarendon County Board of Commissioners to order. Please rise for a moment of silence, prayer, and pledge of allegiance. Let us pray for the people affected by the hurricanes. Help relieve the anxieties of evacuees as they worry about their families and homes. We pray for those who were lost, and for those who lost their homes, we pray that they will find temporary housing till they can rebuild a future. For those who are in the path of the inevitable future hurricanes, help them prepare to protect their homes and family. Help us to educate all that no one is immune to the potential of disasters, small or large, from single family disasters to entire communities such as Maui, Hawaii. We ask this in Jesus' name, amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
These proceedings are being recorded for the sole purpose of preparing accurate written minutes. Recordings are overwritten following approval of the minutes, eliminating all unofficial records of these proceedings. Approval of the minutes of the previous meeting held August 17th, 2023.
Motion approved. Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes, are there any guests concerning county business at this time? Hearing none, we'll move on.
Next item is the presentation by Pocono Mountain Visitors Bureau.
Ellie, did I send
Would
you?
you like to come up and join us up here?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ellie, did I send you the presentation? I forgot to hit the send button. Whoops. Can I have a cable? Is that possible? Like a HDMI or possible?
Yeah, you could actually go right into that computer right there. Should be able to pull that.
Okay.
And we can charge $5 extra for that.
Sorry, guys, I'm sorry, Ellie, that was totally my fault.
Ellie, just make sure you put the microphone on.
Sorry, guys, to keep you waiting.
Chris, do you need an IT guy?
No, I just, what's your, I need Wi-Fi access.
No, don't know the password. It should be a public.
Isn't it written down there
Yeah.
by the other computer somewhere?
Yeah. You should be able to go right and connect an HDMI cable direct to that, or can't you do that, Chris?
It's a SharePoint, file,
Oh.
so I need internet access.
Where's the breakdown?
Too.
Brandon or Caleb?
I'm sorry.
That's all right. That's,
You wanna call him? Yeah.
we should have like a help sign that we hold up when we need them, you know?
I might be able to do this on my hotspot.
Yeah. I thought I just heard the door
I heard
open.
the door.
Door open. I thought-
Caleb's not here, but Brandon is.
yeah.
Here he comes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have.
Bill?
This is Brandon. Meet Chris. He needs your assistance.
Yeah.
Hey,
We need your assistance.
okay, that was good too. What's your, oh, I'm on my house.
Take notice, we always call on these young people to come out and save us older people.
Yeah, it's a sure point, you could get access, but I'm seeing my hotspots, I might be ahead of my hotspot. Cause you have 5G here, right? Yeah, so it's, I think it's even used.
While we're waiting, the weather for today is mostly cloudy, some rain, possible thunderstorms during the evening. Current temperature is what, Kelly? About 70 degrees?
Don't we have a policy on 3 minutes?
No.
Here it is. Do we just email it to you? Okay. I know how to do it with your own computer. Yeah. There you go. Yep. Thank you. They could have taken up my 3 minutes for the next 12 minutes.
Yeah, you're next.
I saw all these sad face emojis showing up on Facebook.
Thank you, Brandon.
Thank you, Brian. I'm sorry, Ellie, that was totally my fault.
No, you could have sent it, I'm not saying that I remember.
I don't know, on the way here, I'm like, I don't think I hit send, and of course I didn't. Mr. Commissioner, Chairman, everybody here, thank you so much. Since I've taken up my 3 minutes forever, I do want to just highlight some things really quickly. We have some new data I think you guys might find really kind of interesting. But first, I wanted to just go over some of our financial reports. You should have gotten the audit that I had sent a few weeks ago. And all the audit data is summed up right in front of you. But I really want to tell you that our financial position is strong. We have cash in the bank. So from a financial perspective, we're doing very, very well because of the performance of the tax over the last couple of years, thankfully. But I wanted to also show you what the payments of the tax are in relation to counties since 19 to 23. We continue to see very, very strong growth in the tax. And of course, I'll send this to you so you can have it to take a look at your leisure. We just did get 2 payments This is the first and second quarters hotel tax growth of 23. And believe it or not, the Monroe County tax was $29 greater than the year before, which just, yeah, I had a call, I'm like, is that right? Because she just sent it to me, she said yes. So we're about in the same place we were last year, at least with Carbon. Wayne is down a little, I'm sorry, with Monroe. Wayne is down a little, so we'll see where the next two payments come in. But we're thinking we'll probably be about the same place in the second quarters of where the year before, which is good because it's exceeded 21 and 22. So that's actually very, very strong performance for the hotel tax. These are the financials from 22, which you've already gotten in the audit. So they're in this report for quick reference if you want to take a look at them when I provide you with the full report. But I wanted to go over some marketing data that's kind of really interesting and just kind of tell you a little bit about what we're working on right now. We freshened up all our creative for our summer campaigns that's running right now. We're basically at the point where we're switching over to fall, which is upon us, which is crazy, but is. So we actually shot some good fall stuff last year, so that's starting to run now and will continue to run over the next few weeks. Beverage trail, we created a museum trail. Trails are incredibly popular. We continue to do that from a product standpoint and continue to still work on PTN. We're actually transferring PTN to a new platform, Amazon Web Services, which is going to make it much more powerful and will have much more capability. When streaming becomes more and more mainstream, we'll be in a really good position to provide those signals everywhere. And we're developing new apps that will have abilities for us to go on. We're right now on Amazon Fire and Roku, but we'll be on Apple TV. We'll have apps on all Samsung and Xbox devices. So we're developing all that right now through Vimeo, and that should all be done by the time we update you next. So hopefully we'll be on many, many more streaming platforms as we go forward. On this slide, just to say we're forging more relationships with broadcast stations. So we're doing a lot of stuff with WVIA, with NBC and ABC stations in New York and Philadelphia, BRC 13, Wolf TV, BRE, NEP. They're actually taking a lot of our content and repurposing it and using it in their regular broadcast. So we're pretty thrilled about that. That's helpful to us. And we developed a new program called Pocono Showcase in partnership with BRC 13. And that showcases the music of people who perform here in the Poconos at a lot of our venues. Some of them have incredible backgrounds. Like they've toured all across the country, and it's just a really cool thing. So we tape the second and third episodes. It'll run out to the end of the year. Also on this one, based upon the meetings that we have, Mr. Chairman, we're continuing to develop the website based on the EDC marketing, both internally and externally. We're actually testing some digital marketing right now, so we'll be able to give you some input or feedback on that at our next meeting. So that was as a process of the meeting that you had not too long ago. Sales I'll skip over really because that's group sales. So again, will be in here. It's not really from our county. Oops, sorry. Oh, there we go. We don't have a lot of sales venues that can actually host meetings. So I'll just kind of skip over to some of our new data. Just as a reminder, public dashboard is updated monthly at that web address. And we also are updating our whole research suite constantly, and the 2 URLs are there in case you'd ever like to access them. But this is kind of really what I wanted to get into, the next 2 or 3 slides, which are kind of interesting. This aggregates data from, and I apologize, it's a little busy, but it aggregates data from our short-term rentals and regular hotel performance. This was for the month of July. So what we're basically seeing is we're continuing to see a little bit of erosion in the rates that's being charged. That's the average daily rate because demand is starting to plateau. So the properties have to compete a little bit more for occupancy, so that definitely affects rate. We're also seeing the consumer being a lot more price sensitive. We're seeing that more and more now. We actually do a quarterly survey we did a third quarter survey that we sent out to everybody, and that's pretty clear that the guests are being a little bit more price sensitive. But it's interesting that our short-term rentals are still doing fairly well, and I have a breakout slide on that. So people are becoming a little bit more selective on what they're doing for overnight stays. But for the most part, we're in the green in a lot of categories, which are incredibly important. This is the short-term rental breakout, which I wanted to show you really quickly. We can actually get breakouts for individual counties, which I can give you anytime you want it. What's really interesting is the amount that's being charged. So our occupancy is up 1.2%. Our ADR was down 4%, but the average charge is still $437 a night, which outpaces the full state. Our average daily rate charged, even with decline, exceeds what's being charged in any area within the state. So it exceeds Pittsburgh and Philadelphia. Hershey, we're number one as far as rate charged. But again, we're starting to see an adjustment with that downward. What you're seeing in front of you now is our new report. We're able to subscribe to a service that tracks IP addresses and marries those IP addresses from this to credit card spends. So we get a fairly good sample of who's coming within the market based upon what advertising is generating and consumed on this, and what they're spending, where they're spending it, and where they're coming from. Now, it's not a full sample, but it's a very, very strong sample. So it helps us to be able to direct advertising pretty succinctly. It's amazing and frightening at the same time what you can get. But what you're seeing here is year-to-date, January through June, of credit card dollars spent, the cost per transaction, and the amount of transactions. So this is from 7 million transactions within our market. And looking at this to your left, the top origins, or where people are coming from the most, are New York, Philadelphia, no surprises there. Our own market, which is kind of interesting, Harrisburg, Lebanon, Lancaster, York, Washington, and Hagerstown, which we're trying to develop in Baltimore, Maryland. Also, too, the inner column shows the spend by age, which helps us when we're targeting advertising vehicles. So as you can see, the age range from 40 to 64. Now we target a female aged 35 to 54. That falls right within that very nicely. And looking at the spending levels or incomes, 50,000 to 200,000 are our highest income spend level attractions. So that helps us. Then this is just kind of interesting too. What do they spend on when they come here? F&B by far, food and beverage, is what people spend the most on when they come into this market. Retail is second, which was kind of a little bit of a surprise. Transportation has definitely increased because of the cost of, oh, I'm sorry, Wayne, were you?
Oh, yeah, finish there.
I'm sorry,
That's okay.
I couldn't see without my glasses on. With the cost of fuel, transportation has gone up a little bit, but that's kind of, we kind of all know that because we see it last year. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. The question I have when you're looking at where the people are coming from, New York, Philadelphia, is it Wilkes-Barre all of a sudden because of the trains coming from Wilkes-Barre? Is Harrisburg possibly the people going to the Reading to get on the trains there and come to the area?
That's a very interesting question. We can get that data. So we're trying to nail that down. We've identified zip codes, so of where the Pittston station is. And we've identified, actually we're looking at Tamaqua too. So we want to see if there's any difference in movement. We think that probably has something to do with it, number one. And number two, I wouldn't know if this happened before I came here. We never advertised in our own market. So this is the first time we've advertised within our own market. And we think that that's generating it. Between those two things, we think they're a significant piece of that. So hopefully by the next meeting, I'll be able to answer that question pretty clearly for you.
Thank you.
Because the trains, there's no question. That's a big piece of it. There's no question. And then lodging is the final piece there. This also shows in the top 10 markets the amount of spend. Now again, this isn't the full spend, but it gives you kind of an idea of what this looks like for June, and this does vary slightly per month. We noticed that when people are traveling more locally, the spends are less. And the spend is less per transaction than it was 2 years ago. So that's a big indicator that people are more price sensitive as well. But this gives you the amount spent per market. So the amount that we're generating from advertising, we're spending 3 to 4 million, for instance, in the New York market in television. We're recouping that within 1 month based upon these transactions. But what's cool about this too, on this slide, if you look to the right, the spend per transaction, if we can get someone from New York or someone from other markets, you can see how much they're spending and how valuable they are to us. But I was surprised to see that the Harrisburg market spend was a little lower than it was in our own market. And of course, it's a lot lower than it is in New York. So a New York guest spend is very valuable to us, and they're almost 10% of the transaction. Philadelphia is a little lower than what I would have expected, but again, that changes slightly per time of the year. This just gives age and income, breaks it down a little bit more so we can narrow in a little bit. And this again is all credit card spend data. I have a little bit more information that's kind of interesting too. The arrivalist data just mines this. It just mines IP address movement in markets. So this gives us a little bit more of a look into where the guest is coming from and what percentages are staying overnight. So you can see to the left-hand column the amount of trips, 871,000. The average duration of stay is what we're always looking at. We want to get that to increase because obviously if somebody stays more, they spend more. And then 48% of our guests are overnight. That's a large number. So about almost 50% of the people who visit us are staying overnight, which means there's more spending. And then you can actually see the shares in the middle charts there relating to what that looks like. The arrivals between New York, Philadelphia, and New Jersey. What I like about this is it breaks out Jersey from Philadelphia. Philadelphia and Jersey are in the same marketing area. This breaks it out a little bit more. You can see northern Jersey and Pennsylvania are almost equivalent as far as visitation, which we're so close to that market that makes sense. Now, below that, top things visited, Camelback, Kalahari, and then you can see all the rest through there. Jim Thorpe ranks fairly highly within that mix, which is good and which we knew. The crossings too, so that retail is interesting, but when you look at how many people shop at the crossings because there's no sales tax, in New York and New Jersey, there's a sales tax on clothing. So they do fairly well. These are some Facebook numbers that we've shown before, still very, very strong. So the in the next few slides that I'm showing you indicates that future visitation will still be strong from the organic traffic that we're attracting, that we have attracted in July and what the expectations look for the future. We kind of have no reason to believe that people still will not be interested in the product and visit it based upon the strong showing in organic sessions on the site. And this kind of shows that graphically and where the visitation to the site is actually coming from. Just some digital campaigns. We've launched 29, PMV branded and co-ops. Some of the topics there within those campaigns, our click-through rates and impressions are all listed. And then some web stats. It's kind of nice to look at our industry averages versus what we're doing from a website perspective. And looking to the one that I always look at, I look on time on site, pages, and bounce rate. So bounce rate, the lower the bounce rate, the better, because that means that if somebody's coming on your site, they're not leaving right away, so they find it valuable. And if they're looking through a lot of pages and they're staying on it longer, that means they find it valuable. So the average for our industry is 1.36 minutes. We're at 2 minutes, which is good, and you can see the rest of the statistics there. And this is just paid search, which again, we're outpacing the industry, which is good. Our consumer newsletter stats are fairly good too, and I will leave this all with you to take a look at. PTN, I talked a little bit about Amazon Web Services, and for August, We did hear from some of our smaller towns that they're challenged a little bit with some traffic, so we've changed out our creative a little bit to concentrate more on small towns. Stroudsburg was one of them, and we will continue to do that through the end of the year. And we just aired a 3-part series on the GeN0L Trail, which did very, very well. Membership, our retention rate. Oh, there she is. Go ahead. I'll let Marlon do this. I'm sorry.
Oh, awesome, great. So just year-to-year comparison, we have been growing. Our membership since 2021, we are currently at 555 members across the 4 counties. We have 61 new members to date this year, and we are retaining our members at about a 93% retention rate. Currently in Carbon County, we do have 110 members as well. So just working really closely with them, assisting them with a lot of marketing needs, especially our small guys that really need the help. We have a really nice way to get their information, get their requests, and then get them help with rack cards or creative or logos. And that's one thing, we have the professional staff to support the efforts. And I think that's why you see everything that we're doing on PTN, everything that's happening, people are contacting us to become members, which is a good sign. Not sure.
Are they new members or new people getting, older businesses getting into it? Or the new businesses, are we getting a lot of new businesses? And I think to encourage some of the businesses that have been here for a while, advertising is the key. And I think we see it in, our thing that's going on with our traffic problem and thing, and I think a lot of it is advertising. I mean, there's some businesses that are like off the beaten path and are doing well. And I think it's because of advertising. So
Yeah.
that's what my question is it older businesses getting involved in it?
I'd say it's both, honestly. It's the new members that come on board hear about us, and that's through our partnerships with the Chamber. It's our partnerships with JTTA, which are very strong. So they'll hear about us and they'll see the visitor center, they'll see our travel guide, and that's when they know, hey, for a very small membership fee, they're going to get a lot for their benefits. But I also agree, Rocky, that we're getting folks that have been members that are hearing from others as well. So it's absolutely a combination of both. And I think with almost every new business that comes into town, we do hear from them, or we make sure that we reach out to them as well.
And
So
it's
it's a
working.
combination. It is, yeah, which is really good.
And we just did something on Lee Heighton and Jim Thorpe, like kind of a documentary style piece. It was really, it kind of like highlighted some of those little, did you guys see that?
I think I seen it. It was on like one of the, wasn't it? But I don't think it was on one of our main channels. You know what I mean? Like it would have been on channel 13. I think it was one of them like off channels that was like, is it like 113 or something or whatever it
Might have
was.
been ours too.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, and you know what? Maybe that's what it was. Like I seen it on your channel, but I think that's something that maybe, like even our whole entire area should be seeing what is, what's in all the communities in Carbon or Monroe that they can.
That's what we're
open.
doing now, like one
Yeah.
by one, we're kind of
Yeah.
we're kind of checking those off, like Stroudsburg, Milford, Honesdale, Hawley, Jim Thorpe. We just did a whole new one. We did a new one for broadcast on Jim Thorpe, but you guys did one on Lansford and Lee Heighton. It was real. I'll send you the clips. You guys can see it. You
'Cause
did a really nice job.
There's some people that live in the town and don't even know what's in their town. And it's like, I never knew that was there. Well, it's been there for like 5 years, but nobody knew it was there, and they lived like 2 blocks away or 2 streets from it.
Oh, I know, I know. But, and the good thing too is, new product is good sometimes when you get new things. So that gives us more of an opportunity to go in and show new products. Because with our own channel, if you keep showing the same things all the time, so like, oh, I saw that, boop, boop, so they'll turn it off. So that's why we it's good to continue to get that. And we do want to help Lee Heighton and Lansford as much as possible because there's some good things happening there. And if we can help people to extend their stay, if we get that 2.6 days up to 3.6, that's a big win, so we're trying to get that too. But I think the offering members services that we don't charge them for, it helps us and it helps them. So and JTTA has been great too. They really have. And I think that was, you okay?
Yeah, yeah.
So, so I just wanted, again, just to let you know, we definitely have all our committees up and running, strategic planning, our nominating. We actually have one board position open right now. All our other operating committees, our investment advisor and actually one of the things we're trying to do is put as much money as we can right now into CDs and do CD ladders, because where are you going to get a 5% guaranteed rate? So we're going to talk to Pat Riley too and get one open with his bank. So we're continuing to just do all the committee work as we have to. The community involvement, all of our little programs are up and running. Pocono Mountains Magazine still does a lot for nonprofits when we are asked to do it, and offering marketing assistance as we need to do it. And big thing for us coming up is, Marlon, I'm gonna let you talk about this one because you know the details on this.
Yeah, so we have, every year we do a golf tournament, and that golf tournament supports the United Way, but it also supports our scholarship, and that we're really proud of. I think we've doubled the amount of scholarships that we've given in the tourism and hotel industry to students working close with CCTI. So that's coming up in October, our holiday dinners in December, and then I think I've indicated to most of you guys the fall pickup for Pick Up the Poconos is the 23rd. We'll be in Jim Thorpe, Mock Chunk Lake Park, Lehighton as well. So that we're excited about. And then we are partnering with the Chamber for the People's Shark Damon John, and he's coming to Kalahari. So that's a big event that's going to happen, and that's got some really good response as well.
We have 48 students from ESU's entrepreneur program. So we're really excited about him talking to them. And just a really quick word on Pick Up the Poconos. Since we started the program in 2018, we picked up 34,700 bags of trash off our roadways and covered 1,600 miles of roadways. We have a lot more work to do, but so that's ongoing. It's a big project for us. And we are doing a lot with our local colleges, trying to help them as much as possible and growing those relationships across the board, and also keying in on workforce development, because that's definitely a high priority for our industry. And that's it. Since I took all my 3 minutes for the next 2 years up front, I just wanted to, so I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman, but I wanted to be able to answer any questions that, Mr. Chairman, I got your email and your request. We're happy to do anything we can. So we actually started to talk about it. We're gonna get you a proposal, like probably mid next week, maybe even before, and list kind of everything that we can do to get the parking message out there, because that's important.
Yeah,
So-
we appreciate that. Chris, and I'm gonna have a quick question here.
Yeah.
So I see how the data is driving what you're doing. Can you all give some tangible examples of how that data is being used by, for example, the membership to modify what they offer or how they offer it to get us to 3.6 days or to get that spend up? Do we have any tangible examples of modifications, behavior changes?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
Some of this data we've just gotten over the last 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a marketing meeting coming up in October.
Yeah.
So we've sent this out, but we want to present it to say this is what the guest is saying and this is what they're buying.
Yeah.
So this may be something that you want to take advantage of.
Yeah.
And we're going to place it on our dashboard so that it can be looked at all the time.
Yeah.
That's a good point, though.
I'll give you a perfect example. The ethnic makeup of those who are visiting. I can see it out the window as I'm standing there at my computer, right? It has changed, it's different. I look at the food offerings and I'm saying it's not matching well the diversity of the population that is coming here.
And people are spending a lot on food already.
Right,
Yeah.
but there's individuals who aren't gonna eat pork, right?
Right.
And you can see that there's a significant population that wants more vegetarian-centric based upon their culture and ethnicity. And again, I don't necessarily see the market meeting that demand. We know it's not overall meeting the food demand, but it's not meeting, specific ethnic makeups.
I would agree, because I
Yeah.
think it's a significant change in those ethnic coming into the area, I
Yep.
mean, we see almost all nationalities
Yeah.
and, even from their dress and everything else,
Yeah.
the way they dress, and I don't even wanna guess what it is, you know,
Right,
it could be
yeah.
way off, it could be
Yeah.
way too high, but it is significant.
Yep.
I think
always
the
thought
other
they came
thing,
for- I always thought they came for Pennsylvania Dutch chicken.
Well, I thought maybe the ones from Lancaster, because I see all Josh
We were there
Parsons.
yesterday.
Yeah, the whole bunch.
How about
Quite a
halushki? What's
few
wrong with
of them.
halushki? Just serve that.
the other thing I want to point out, working with new members and new people coming into the area, there are a number of times that Chris and I will sit on a call with somebody who's looking to possibly set up shop here. So whether it's a restaurant or whether it's a new lodging location, what's nice is we can then shoot this data to
Yeah,
them.
shape it.
They can look at the data and figure out, is this going to be a good place
Yeah.
to actually build or bring more rooms? We just did that only a couple weeks ago in the area. So we use this data constantly. I do, and I send those dashboard links out so that people can look at their business and see what's happening in that. So it's very, very useful for members.
We have developers that look at it too, so the more of this kind of data we can give them, when they, a developer may hire somebody to come in and analyze the market. So, but this is so new to us too. I mean, they keep coming out with new capabilities every day. I'm like, really? We could get
Yeah.
that? I mean, it's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
So, but it's a good point.
Yeah. I'd mentioned something that is really more for Kathy in economic development, but we did, very seldom does a property become available in the the old Mock Chunk Historic District. We have a place that has become available, right, that was selling cigarettes and cigars and vape. And now we have an opportunity in Jim Thorpe, the historic district, right on the edge. And so I'm hoping, we can attract someone into that would provide not only for the residents, of course, but absolutely for the visitors to kind of get up that spend rate a little bit more. And I'm talking about right by Erie Insurance Company, right? That space is now open and available,
And I think even on the commissioner's side, the Commissioners Association conference is gonna be at Kalahari. I think
Yeah.
it's at in 2026. And I think we were in Erie this year, a couple weeks ago, and there's a lot of people like from the other side of the state that don't even know what's in Jim Thorpe. And I think it opens us the other way, going west instead of looking at Florida or New York and everything to come to us. And I said, it's a shame for Carbon County, what we have here, that we almost have to go out of county to have a facility like that. Carbon County really doesn't have something, a venue that's big enough. We have the golf courses and stuff, but it'd be nice if we could work on something like that we have something within Carbon County.
I'm hopeful that,
to-
and I'm hopeful that KSL will develop Blue Mountain a little more. And they say they are going to, and I know that they probably would have meeting space involved in that. I think that would be perfect for them, especially with the type of property that is. And I think it would do very, very well, because Kalahari's, as you said, Kalahari's doing very, very well with that, because no parking. There's so many fees that when you go to a Philly or a Pittsburgh, you get dinged with, or even a Hershey. Here, we can compete on a much different level than they can. And plus, the surroundings are gorgeous. It's not hard to get to. It's, so there's a lot of pluses, big, big, big pluses. And it's beautiful here. That Jim Thorpe, I'm speaking to the choir, I know, but it's like a crown jewel. It was great when Senator Argyle had the tourism summit, and it was great to hear Secretary Siger say, we have to take the experiences and the wins here and show them to everybody across the state. That was, you can't say it any better than that.
And one of the things I think we lost in Carbon County was the Mahoney Valley Country Club. It was a very nice place where somebody could have built off of that. That was a top-notch golf course, and it's, it's just one of them things that you had to have members that were paying $10,000, $15,000 a year, and we don't have that anymore. It'd be nice if somebody could invest. I said every time I drive by that, I look at it, oh my God, it's like, all it is scrub oaks and trees anymore, and it's a shame for something like that. So I'd like to see something like that in the future, like come to Carbon County.
And that's hopefully with us helping to market it a little more.
Right.
Hopefully that'll help develop some of those because we're in New York and Philly on television, so we're hoping that maybe it'll help develop some of those properties.
Advertising is the key.
One of the things I want to do real quick is at the Commissioners Conference, as Rocky pointed out, 3 of the businesses did donate prizes for the Commissioners' drawings. One was Lehigh Outdoor Center, a rafting trip for 6. The Inner Jim Thorpe donated dinner, and the Running Blue Mountain Railroad 4 ride tickets. So one winner was from Tioga County who won the rafting, and he certainly plans on coming to use them. It doesn't always happen, and that's one thing I'd like to see tracked when you're, and I talked to Sky Fogel about this as well, and about how they can track, or they track it, others don't, how many are giving these tickets or prizes out, and how many are being used. So, and the other prize winner comes to Jim Thorpe frequently, but he was never on the train, and he got the train ride ticket. So it does help bring people into the area and spend a little bit more money, and and a lot of them come back. They really enjoy it. So I appreciate those 3 businesses that contributed this past year, and I'll be looking for them next year, hopefully, or at least the commissioners here will be. So
We
thank
have
you.
to be one of the only places in the country that has 2 passenger railroad services that are running. I mean, that's amazing.
I said, we go to the conferences, and I almost feel bad because I tell the other counties that we have 2 brand-new hospitals, and we have the railroad coming through there, and they're like mad at us. We barely have a hospital, and we have nothing coming through it. And we have such a great county that we can build off of it. I said, we have a good future, and I said, my biggest thing is zoning, and I think we have to get into the zoning so that when you come here and, have, how could I say, investors that wanna come here, they're coming to a darn good place. I mean, they are, they're really coming to like a gem of Pennsylvania.
We know, Rocky, I'm sorry, Mr. Commissioner, one of the things I know we've talked about a lot is housing, and I know we've kind of talked about it in different, and we're still working on that. Our guy's pretty close to getting a project, fingers and toes crossed, in Monroe started. So we still are putting that coalition together, and zoning's a big part of that, as you know, so. But thank you, because you've always been really supportive of that.
Yeah. Chris, I have one alibi in Marlin. So, there will be a press release in Marlin's inbox. I know also Kelly and Ryan will have it. But it is our aspiration, if the motion passes today, to enter into the agreement to start pay by text for parking. And I think that's going to be significant for a couple reasons. One is we see significant queues at about 3 of our kiosks. Right, and again, and that adds to the frustration of the visitor. But now, as they come up that kiosk, there will hopefully be a sign that says pay by text, and it's gonna be no download of an app, no standing in line for a kiosk, but simply texting park to a number, boom, and within about 30 seconds to a minute, they could be moving off and getting into downtown Jim Thorpe, into the historic district. So again, if that goes, I think that'll be really helpful. The aspiration is to have that in place for fall foliage, so we don't have the backup, the queues, and also I think it's a safety issue, right? We want to get people out of the lot where the cars are, get them onto that GeN0L trail to safe pedestrian crossings. So I think it's a good thing that we have the opportunity to implement here.
So
Wilson.
we talked about that a little bit this morning, Brian and I on the way down.
Yeah.
On the JTTA site that we house now,
Yeah.
we're gonna develop a couple of different things related to parking and maps, with the ride services. So anything you want us to put on there, we're happy to do that, if that helps.
Yeah, and we have some great maps and stuff that Jason has put together and stuff, so
That's
we'll
awesome.
definitely ensure if it's helpful. Yep.
Great. Ready to move on?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Commissioner.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Marlon, Chris, thank you very much for that very informative report. Okay. Ready to proceed? Yep.
Okay, the next item is the report of executive sessions held.
There was one executive session held on Friday, August 18th at 8:45 a.m. for personnel reasons.
The department reports the budget transfers.
Motion approved.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notes?
Yes.
Excuse me, supplemental appropriation?
Move to approve.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
yes,
Expenditures, approval of check numbers 238188 through 238294 for expenditures to the general fund clearing account totaling $295,521.64.
Motion approved.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
yes,
There will be no treasurer's report today. Also, the personnel report for county departments, there is no report. The acknowledgements for courts and row offices.
Motion acknowledged.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
yes,
Correspondence was received as listed. Copies will be made available to the press upon request. Adult probation. For approval and execution, request received from Chief Adult Probation Officer to authorize Amendment Number 2 to extend the grant agreement with the Pennsylvania Commission on Crime and Delinquency to provide drug and alcohol assessments to be completed at the prison. Total funding remains the same at $50,311.12.
Motion approved and execute.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
yes,
Advertising for ratification. Authorize the advertisement of the invitation to bid for the CDBG CV contract number 75512 fiscal year 2020, Carbon County Homeless Facilities, Peaceful Nights Women's Shelter, general and electrical contracts only. The project end date is September 29th, 2023.
Move them up. Ratify.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
yes,
Children and Youth for approval and execution. Fiscal year 2023-2024 purchase agreements submitted by the listed contractors as per the attached rates.
Move to approve and execute.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
yes,
Elections. For ratification, submission of a grant application for Act 2022-88 Election Integrity Grant through the Pennsylvania Department of State to support county election administration in the amount of $226,294.74. Funding is in compliance with the requirements related to pre-canvassing, canvassing, absentee and mail-in ballots data, voter list maintenance, and post-election auditing.
Move to ratify.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
yes,
The Worker Protection and Investment Certification for ratification, Executive Order Number 2021-6, the Worker Protection and Investment Certification Form as required for submission of the grant application for the Act 2022-88 Election Integrity Grant through the Pennsylvania Department of State.
Motion to ratify.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
yes,
Farmland preservation for approval and execution. Acceptance of the proposal received from Andrus Appraisals of Palmerton, Pennsylvania in the amount of $3,000 per farm, not to exceed $15,000 for appraisal services of farms under consideration for the purchase of an agricultural conservation easement as per the attached listed farms.
Move to approve and execute.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
yes,
Fiscal data for approval and execution. The renewal agreement with Sirius Computer Solutions Incorporated of San Antonio, Texas for hardware maintenance 9x5 for the term of October 1, 2023 to September 30th, 2024, covering the IBM AS400 computer system at a total cost of $2,836. This represents no increase.
Motion approved and execute.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich? Mr. Notstein?
yes,
Human Services for acceptance, the fiscal year 2022-2023 State Food Purchase Program, fourth quarter expense and data report as submitted by Shepherd House Incorporated to the Department of Agriculture.
Move to accept.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
yes,
Information Technology for approval and execution. Renewal agreement with Integra One of Allentown, Pennsylvania for Fortinet Unified Threat Management Protection for the Administration Building for the term of July 27, 2023 through July 26, 2024, at a total cost of $2,199.24.
Motion to approve and execute.
Second?
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Parking for approval and execution. Agreement with Butts Ticket Company of Cockenville, Pennsylvania to enable pay-by-text option for consumers utilizing the county parking lot. The consumers will pay a convenience fee of 35 cents with no cost to the county.
Move to approve and execute.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
The solicitor's report?
Thank you. We've received 3 banner requests. The first for approval and execution is Bowmanstown Area Residents Connected, or BARC, for BARC's annual dog show. I see what they did there. It's one of those things you don't, until you hear it aloud, you don't get the pun. That will be on October 1st, 2023. The banner to be displayed September 22nd through October 9th of 2023.
Motion to approve and execute.
Second on discussion. The event is on the 1st, yet the request continues through the 9th. And by doing that, we take away a potential opportunity for another.
Especially during fall.
Yeah, for fall foliage. So I wonder if we can't reach out to them and see, is there a reason why it has to stay through the 9th versus not come down on the 2nd?
Is this, not, I thought it was a 2-week
What is the first
limit
on
as well.
Wednesday?
If we look at the dates, first is on a Monday?
Isn't it a Wednesday?
I didn't bring it back from.
I think the first is on a Wednesday.
I don't have my
I'm
phone.
not positive.
We'll ask the press if they have their phone with their calendar, the 1st of October. I think it'd be a weekend.
It's a Sunday.
It's a Sunday. Yeah.
Let me look at the calendar, because the application is actually saying the first Saturday in October. Are you pulling it up?
That would be the 7th, and
Okay.
Yeah, the 7th.
That explains
Oh,
it.
okay, so it should
Okay,
be the
so-
7th and not the 1st.
Yes, so.
Okay.
yeah.
All right. So,
okay.
yep.
Modify that?
Yeah, just as this, move to modify to reflect October 7th, the accurate date, that's all.
I'll
Yeah, that's
second the
fine.
modification.
Okay. Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Good catch. Thanks. We also received a request from Lehighton Downtown Partnership for the Spellbinding Street Festival, September 16th, 2023, from noon until 6 p.m. The banner to be displayed September 2nd through September 19th of 2023.
Move to approve and execute.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
And a request to display a banner was also submitted by Shrine of St. Therese of Nesquehoning, Pennsylvania, for the St. Therese Shower of Roses. The banner to be displayed September 12th through October 3rd of 2023.
Motion to approve and execute.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
For the correctional facility, seeking approval and execution of an agreement with the Cobbin Monroe Pike Drug and Alcohol Commission of Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania, to provide drug and alcohol treatment counseling services for the inmate population at the Carbon County Correctional Facility for the term July 17th through December 31st, 2023, at a cost of $31,167, and that's to be paid through the commissary funds.
Motion approved.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
And for the 525 Iron Street project, seeking approval and execution of change orders numbers 3 and 4 with Master Mechanical Corporation of McAdoo, Pennsylvania, decreasing the contract by $14,292.96 for a new contract total of $507,217.04.
Motion approved.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
And also for the 525 Iron Street project, seeking approval and execution of change orders numbers 2 and 3 with Triangle Fire Protection Incorporated of Carlisle, Pennsylvania, decreasing the contract by, I believe it's actually $4,000 $6,006.63 for a new contract total of $70,773.37.
Motion to approve execution.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Any further business? Hearing none, commissioners' reports. Mr. Honor?
I don't have much at this time, but I just wanna say, because everybody knows that the change orders were both the reduction. It's coming back to the county. And that's the end of my report.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Simply, like I said, Kelly and Ryan, you should have a press release in your box about the text to pay by text, that's all.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes, a couple of quick items. Leadership program, Carbon Leadership kicked off last night. We have 12 new people in this program. 11 of our former graduates were in the session, so a lot of good people as well. I want to thank the businesses and everyone else for participating and for supporting and sponsoring the 12 students in our session, including one from Carbon County, the county itself here from the assessment office, Shannon. So, real nice little event last night and kickoff, meet and greet, etc. The other thing, I want to congratulate the Family Promise for their official ribbon cutting on Monday evening. They have the capacity of 8 people, or 8 families, I should say. They had 8. They had a graduate yesterday. They have a waiting list. They're down to 7 today, but by the end of the day, they should have be back up to full capacity, and they do have a list. So they're, after a long, hard journey and many issues with finances and turnovers and zoning issues, et cetera, they're finally on their way to, helping out families. And the vacancy was due to a graduation of a family yesterday, so and we had one speaker who was a graduate and how that helped their family to move on and better themselves. So the other thing I want to bring up, where the Emergency Operations Center and Training Committee is going to have an invitation to visit, view, and experience what occurs at our Emergency Operations and Training Center. And this is geared towards the elected officials, local elected officials, municipalities, the councils and township supervisors, as well as the candidates for those positions, including commissioners and mayors and people like that. And it's going to be on Saturday, September 9th from 9 a.m. till noon. We'll have some scenarios, the police end of it. They are putting together a active shooter scenario for the people to observe. And it's to showcase what we really do there and gain the support. I want to announce that 2 weeks ago, the police ran an active shooter training program on Monday and Tuesday. There were 17 students in it and 9 instructors. I want to tell you that this is unheard of for the police to get together and train like this in the county. We all know what it's like in today's world with the active shooters, and we just never know when and why. But it is really great to see so many police officers involved in these programs right now. And when the committee formed, it was hard to get the police involved and keep them involved because of turnovers and various other things, but they were active in the development of the training facility. We had 1 or 2 people, and to see them fully utilizing that facility is great. I don't have the numbers for that right now. I'm going to separate that out, police, fire versus EMS. And that was the other one that was extremely difficult to get involved, was EMS. And they were the first ones to use it, and they're working with the police departments and others on active shooter training and other issues they face when they get out on the street. But we hope to be able to do some scenarios with the fire end, let them gear up, put an air pack on, and maybe drag some hose up the stair tower and lay hose out, half the load hose, and give them an idea of what we do, maybe smoke the building and give them an idea of the conditions that we have. I don't know if we can do burns because of safety reasons. We wouldn't allow them to go in a burn room naturally because they don't have the the expertise, but I have brochures, letters went out to every municipality, we just sent out emails to every everyone that is a current and candidate, that went out and we send it to the secretaries, et cetera, by email, so we're trying to push it, and hopefully the news media, we're sending it out to them as well to get some coverage, and the main reason is that the Fire Association, each of the members pay $100 dues every year to help pay for supplies and help support the facility. Police don't have that opportunity yet, and hopefully they'll support their police departments and contribute to the operations there. So that's all I have on that. Meeting adjourned. Okay. Kelly, welcome back.
There's been talk about a possible reassessment of the county. Is that even on your radar?
I mean, we're reading the articles.
My opinion of it is, there's a lot of talk out there, nobody has approached this yet. I have a lot of different ideas on, like, I don't know where they're actually getting all their information, because the information is out there that it only costs $1 million, well, it costs a little bit more than $1 million to do it. Our operation here itself needs to have the system upgraded, which is an extra cost to it. So I don't know where these people are getting this, that's in the newspaper, that's only costing this much. But I think we have the figures and nobody has come to us. I mean, there's talk, they call, but nobody has actually come here and requested for us.
That number that was given, I think it was at 1 million, is
Yeah.
way off.
Yeah.
I had talked to Tyler, a company that does and currently has part of our programs here. Like Rocky said, it's an issue. We have an old DOS program from a former company, and Tyler is nursing everything along, and it's has to be replaced because there's dual entries, et cetera, and they can't figure out the formula that the former company used. But there's approximately 48,140 parcels. The number I was given at $68 a parcel, and I got a different story when I got the total numbers in each school district. I got that broken down, and at the cost of $68 a parcel is roughly $3.25 million just for and it's a 30-month process. So plus the cost, I'm still waiting for a ballpark figure for the cost of doing the computer program. That I don't have yet. And I would assume that it is a quite costly program, transferring all that information into that new system. It's going to be quite expensive. And would they be pushing, the school districts be pushing it if they are required to help contribute to the reassessment? And that's the problem. The county is responsible, and the municipalities and the school districts, and school districts in particular, benefit the most with the reassessment. So the county is going to have to foot the bill. I'd like to see it change that the school districts in particular would have to contribute as well, according to their parcels, because it is a huge expense. It's I lost my train of thought there. The issue I wanted to bring out about that, but they can only, even if we did the reassessment and adopt it in 30 months, they can only increase their taxes by a certain percent. So it's not going to change a whole lot right in the beginning. Of course, you're going to either be at the low end and have to pay more. And to me, in my opinion, it's the people that have, the older people that have the value in their home that's a lot less. Their value went up, they're going to pay more. The people that bought and overspent on their homes might come down, and you're going to have the people in the middle. But for us, we're the people in the middle right now, and we're the ones that have to make that decision and foot the bill. So, it's something that's on the radar, and we'll see what happens in the future.
And my fear with that is, Carbon County is an elderly county. And you look at some of the people, in fact, like even with my neighbors, they were married and 50 years ago and lived in the same house that they lived in now. And now what's gonna happen to them? Their house has increased in value, but what is that gonna give them when this reassessment comes out? Their taxes are gonna go up. And I think that's one of the things that's bad about reassessing. And, you know, and people came in here, and my opinion is, I mean, you got the opportunity, and I think I even have it, you know what, I might even have it in my drawer, on the contracts of the realtors, on page 9. It right even states in there about that they can be taxed a different way than what it is. Are they telling the people that are giving $50,000 more for a house that's worth $250,000? You know, and all of a sudden now it comes back and it's the county commissioner's responsibility. I think somewhere along the line, somebody else has to take responsibility. But I like I said, I just fear, and there's gonna be all kinds of topics, the ones that are paying too much think they pay too much, and the ones in the middle think they're all right, but they might get affected. But like I said, the ones that lived in their house, I have a bunch of neighbors that were married in 1950, you know, that live in their house. And their house, they might have been paying $2,000 taxes, and the value was maybe $30,000. You know, it might have been $30,000 to $50,000 at that time in 2000. When was it? 2001 or 2000 time it was assessed. And on the assessing, I really don't think this is a good time to assess. My feeling is, right now we're at the highest level of our taxes. If we reassess and it comes down, does that mean when it gets sold to real estate, they're gonna hold it at $250,000? Or are they gonna try to sell it for the $300,000? So my opinion would be, maybe it's something that we ought to just let the dust settle a little bit, and then try to approach this maybe in 2 years from now, when it might make a little bit more sense. Right now, the value of the houses is at the maximum that I think it's gonna be, because people are looking at this and they're coming in and their taxes are too high. I think they're realizing that, and that's up to, you know, whatever they wanna do. If I want something, if I go out and get a steak and it's a $40 steak and I think it's worth it, I'm gonna buy it, but I pay for it. So that's, I think, the philosophy that people should use on buying a house. If you want that top-notch steak, you gotta pay for it, plain and simple.
Kelly, we have 29 taxing authorities, right, in Carbon County, and I would make the point that we need to have a consensus on moving forward, and as Commissioner Nosing said, sharing the burden that's associated with that. But we clearly have a perception problem when it comes to spot assessments. You know, are they taking place, are they not? Right? Obviously, we have a challenge process for assessments here in the county, but it is an issue that needs to be looked at. And I would say this is a perfect issue that the council of governments could take a lead on. That is, you know, convocating, you know, bringing the entities together, the taxing authorities, to talk about it and help make some proposals on the way ahead to address a concern, all concerns, both on all sides of the issue.
And I think, like Chris hit on a little bit too, spot assessing. I don't even know if that's actually the right name for what is happening in Carbon County. Because spot assessing would be, I go to your house and I wanna assess your house. But right now, they're going off of the value of what people are paying. Is that actually spot assessing? That's what I said. All these people that are talking about this, I don't know, they know the terms or what is actually happening and what has to be done in the county to do this. You know, we're getting an awful lot of feedback from the, you know, from whatever media, but I think the term of spot assessing is incorrect also, you know.
I want to touch real quick on the cost of the county. We are currently paying we have an assessment board who hears all the appeals. The appeals are can be filed by the municipality and the school districts. The county cannot file appeals, but yet we pay the bill. I'm not sure what the numbers are on the appeals that come before us right now. It could be a couple of hundred. They're already hearing assessment appeals right now. We have a 3-member board. I know what happened. In 2000, we accepted the CLT, the company that did that program back then, we accepted the reassessment, and we were overwhelmed with appeals by everyone. We had our appeal boards working day and evenings for, I don't know what, several weeks. And that's another on-scene expense, and on top of the cost of doing the assessment, it's the appeals that we do every year that it keeps adding up. I'm not sure what that budget is and what they get paid per diem, but did we have 2 appeal boards there for a while, I think, because we had so many appeals in 2000 when we implemented the last one. So we're talking several $1 million, and don't forget the taxpayers in this county have to foot that bill as well, so. And the last time, the county tried to stop it, they fought it, cost them $25,000 to fight a losing battle. And, I'm not gonna, I don't know what I'm gonna do should it come to that point. Sometimes it's not worth the fight because of the cost, and we're gonna probably wind up losing anyway. So, yeah, they force us into it. We're gonna be up the creek. So
And
it's-
even like with this thing, what everybody's calling spot assessment, just like I said, everybody has the right to appeal. It's plain and simple, if you think you're paying too much, then come in and appeal. That's what I said, like, there's a lot involved in this, reassessment, and I still think the elderly people, which is the majority of our population, is gonna be hit with it.
So you have been getting feedback from people?
People
I'm getting
call,
some.
but they don't really have no,
Yeah, I've gotten some calls,
they don't have justification to what they're telling me.
most of them were elderly.
Oh, yeah.
There's no official correspondence to
No.
us, or you would have seen it actually,
Yeah.
there's been
Nothing in
no.
writing.
Yeah.
I know it was read in the paper
Phone
that,
calls.
I read that there's a group getting together to come to us.
Yeah.
Neither one of them have,
Yeah.
none of them have ever contacted us.
Lansford Borough went on the record this week opposing.
Oh,
Opposing,
Right.
okay. And I think some of the letters that we do get, we even, things that we do have, it is from the elderly that they are opposing it. It is, and it's like, it comes down to,
A few
No.
people in the street told me,
yeah.
I did get a few phone calls as well. Nothing else? That's good, because that drew over your 3-minute mark. It's not as bad as Crystal. Okay. Right. Anything?
I just have the election integrity grant, kind of what is that, what it will be used for?
Salaries, things of that nature, printing.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
there's 9 items that can be used for. We can send you the entire, the legislation that provides it.
Is it good help getting money to kind of help with, these costs for it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Every dollar counts.
Yeah.
And some of this, like that Act 88 is the thing, is supposed to be the ongoing. I think last year we got 200-some thousand,
About the
this
same.
year it was 200-some thousand.
Yeah.
I think then once the years progress, I think the following year it drops to like the 190,000. But it's usually about that, but it's like you can see it on the sheet. And last year we paid for overtime for the girls even to go down here. I think we got a folder, there's all different kind of things and we have to use it to full capacity. I think even right now, we might even be looking at a printer or something that we could do. But there's a lot of things, we'll wind up using that money out.
That's all I have, thank you.
Okay, thank you.